Mm-mm. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. We're going to be chopping up game here. We're going to be chopping up game. How's everybody doing? Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the share button. Don't forget to hit the bell. I always forgot to tell you guys to hit the notification bell. That's one of the things I always forget. Well, how are you guys today? I mean, I've been great. Today I turned 42. So happy birthday to me. I think I'll go out somewhere and get some type of drink or whatever. No biggie, but But I had to basically come on and comment about this particular situation right here.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. See, this is what I like about some of these phones. They don't really. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. Let's get this advertising out the way. Okay. There we go. All right, let's start it all over again.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane jump. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. I'm going to, okay?
All right. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. That's right, man. Oh, some of y'all say y'all haven't been getting the notifications. Yeah, it's been my fault, man. I've been basically, I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing, man. So yeah, I'll make sure you get the notifications bell. We'll get all that out there. Thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Now, we're going to be talking about this whole relationship thing here as well. And how this particular situation, as far as about jokes, out in the public, and things that basically is sensitive to men, especially married men. Married men basically deal with a lot of things in their relationship. But before we get to that, and before we talk about the whole will thing, man, did y'all see what Cory Booker was telling? Cory Booker, you see, this is the reason why we can't trust black politicians. We can't trust black politicians because of a lot of things that they really, really just don't, they just don't have our back. Now, I was going to play the music, but we're going to get right into this. You see, people try to come to us and say, oh, you Negroes, y'all don't work hard enough. Y'all niggas, y'all need to pull yourself up from your bootstrap. Let's be very clear. Other people get handouts. As you see, Jim Crow Joe Biden is giving handouts to every group but black folks because they need handouts, right? They need to basically have a crutch. They can't do anything on their own like we have as black folks, as what we call native blacks, right? They need a crutch, man. But the danger of black politicians, the danger of them is that they do not they don't really, they actually don't support black folks, and they are not allowed to because black people don't finance politicians like other people do. But folks, let me just tell you something to my black female audience. If you think that this Supreme Court nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson, or whatever have you say her name, if you think that this is something that you should be admiring, there's a lot of, they got these young black girls out there, college black girls out there, and they're holding signs in support of this Ketanji Brown Jackson woman, right? Like they was doing with Kamala Harris. Okay, if that's your way of rising to the top, where you have to then be with a white man in order to basically get some type of privilege. Same thing with the black man if he's dating a white woman. If that is what you have to do in order to basically have some success in the society, then that shows you that this system is not worth being a part of. It shows you that this system is not really what it's made out to be. Let's just say that. Okay. But Cory Booker, during his speech, and of course they was not, the white supremacists, the Republicans and conservatives, they wasn't really asking her fair questions. I'll give that to her. They were really asking her questions that were based upon all kinds of theories, but would not basically, you can't make a factual statement for some of the questions they were asking. Like Senator Cotton, a Republican, he was asking questions that basically don't even they're backed up by statistics or their own individual opinions. But he basically was not asking her questions that was really some things that she can answer based upon a factual basis, or even if it was her opinion, it will still be based upon the sentencing guidelines. Now, here's the interesting thing that I want to talk about this woman about. Okay, thumbs up. The problem with her is that she basically been so been so easy on these pedophilias. As you know, most white men are pedophiles. They are the ones who've been molesting all these boys. We can go on talking about the Catholic Church. We can talk about white men in general. We can talk about white teachers in schools. So they even put her on these courts. I mean, on the court, because specifically she has been weak on this pedophilia situation. Okay, a lot of men who came before her, specifically white men, got a slap on the wrist. This is the reason, one of the reasons why they chose this woman. But back to Cory Booker. Cory Booker basically shows everybody why we cannot trust black politicians, especially if the black politician had not been financed by us. And we keep talking about that. We keep telling black folks, we got to finance our own politicians or else it's not going to work. I want you to hear what Cory Booker was he was not only patronizing this woman, but he was just saying some stuff that, thinking that this was exciting about what the hell you're talking about. This woman this is not historic for us. This is not historic for black women. Kamala Harris, so-called women as the vice president, is not a historic move. Women cannot, a lot of women see what Kamala Harris was about. And the same thing with this Ketanji Jackson woman. All right, but take a listen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Judge, Your Honor, it's very good to see you. Forgive me, when you were in my office, you were focused on the hearings and a lot of the substance and had such great questions. I could not stop being just joyous that you were sitting in my office, and I couldn't stop bringing up to you the historical nature of this. Forgive me, I grew up in a small black church where I was taught to make a joyous noise unto the Lord. And this is not a normal day for America.
This is not a normal day for America.
Never had this moment before. And I just want to talk about the joy. I know tomorrow in the coming hearings, we're going to have tough hard questions. But please, let me just acknowledge the fact that this is not normal. It's never happened before. The Senate is poised right now to break another barrier. We are on the precipice of shattering another ceiling, another glass ceiling. It's a ceiling. It's a sign that we as a country are continuing to rise to our collective cherished highest ideals. I just feel this sense of overwhelming joy as I see you sitting there, as I see your family sitting behind you. You know, the greatness of America is that these imperfect geniuses at our founding founded a nation different than any before in human history.
Okay, all right. So I'm not going to bore you with a lot of this stuff here. Okay, Cory Bussy. First of all, the woman's record is basically suspect. Okay, her record as a judge basically is suspect. Okay, there's a reason why they want this woman on the Supreme Court. Just go back and look at a lot of her case files. There's a reason why they want her. Wait. All right. Somebody said, "Why are you doing a live on your birthday?" Yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to talk about that in just a moment if I can. All right. But yeah, there's a reason why they want this woman as their quote unquote so-called Supreme Court nominee. Man, we had Clarence Thomas. Man, this is Clarence. This is the female version of Clarence Thomas. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this woman's not going to do nothing. As Dr. Claude Anderson pointed out, the Supreme Court is the most racist organization in the history of this country. They are the most racist organization. And don't you know, I pointed out before that not only Black folks, basically, we don't get no justice, but you know that pro se plaintiffs cannot speak before the Supreme Court, which basically is a violation of law when you look at the laws, the judicial laws of the 1800s, where we didn't really need an attorney to go before courts. In fact, in the 1900s, you didn't really need a law license like you do now to practice as an attorney. About the 1930s. So if you just went to school for to be a lawyer or to go to school for it, you went right working for like a law firm, or you started your own. You didn't need a law license. But now they changed everything. But this woman basically is not going to change anything. It's just going to get worse. Okay? And she's sitting there with her zaddy and all this. Come on. This is no change. It's still the same game that they have played. All of this buffoonery, this crap that Cory Bussy was talking about, it was just pandering to them, pandering. And this kind of pandering is to try to get us off our square, trying to make it seem like we're progressing because of them giving us symbolic gestures. We're not progressing. As we were coming on, we were doing some study that shows that Biden and Obama collectively gave white people collectively $65 more trillion. You understand? These folks are getting money and all types of tangible benefits where we're getting only symbolic gestures. And we're tired of that game. If you look at our commentary from the Black News Channel, you'll see that Black folks are just done with these bootlicking Negroes. These Black politicians, they're not representing us. We're done with these folks, right? We're done with them. Like, share, subscribe. What's up? I see everybody coming into the chat room, guys. You said that you've not been getting my notifications. We're going to basically work on that. Yeah, we're going to work on making sure that you get the notification. YouTube don't like my channel at all. I don't know why. They have taken like hundreds of subscribers from me and views. They have manipulated our channel. In fact, when we were talking about Dr. Fraudgy, ScrewTube had taken more than 500 subscribers from me since then. When we were talking about Dr. Fauci and talking about how how the viruses and things were not really. It was something questionable about them, a vaccine and this and the vaccinations and stuff. YouTube was upset with us then, and of course, as you know, it has suspended me, our channel, okay, based upon what they call a disinformation campaign. But we're not giving away disinformation campaign. See, they have to do this to us, right? Because they recognize that most people, most of the youth, are not getting their news and information from CNN, Fox News, and all these other channels. Who is, as one of our YouTubers in the Black grassroots has pointed out, people, the reason why YouTube, I'm sorry, not YouTube, but CNN and Fox News and all these folks are still afloat and pretending like they got some relevance right now is because the government of this country is flooding them with money. As you go online, okay, and you just basically look at a certain article, right? Look at those articles, and it's going to have the newspaper like the New York Times and all these other papers. They're going to ask you, do you want to subscribe before you look at the article, right? See, we don't do that. We don't have to do that. We might ask you for a donation or something, But all of these newspaper are asking for you to subscribe so they can just basically put junk news into your inbox. Okay, ScrewTube basically need to do that. They need to do that because, like YouTube, need to take our subscribers away from us, right? It was a really something that they have to do in order to undermine the Black grassroots media. They have to undermine us because nobody, see, it used to be a time where we didn't have our own channels, that the new voices of Black media was not really around then, as you know. The new voices of Black media was not around at the time. And the reason why we were not around is because we had the civil rights generation controlling and running things. And then with that came the old dead Black media, right? So since the old dead Black media, since they have basically been ousted too, like Tom Joyner, Essence Magazine, Jet, and all these other folks, they're gone, right? They tried to basically come back, but like the Black News Channel, as we said yesterday, spending all of this money, $50 million, they got a startup capital, and yet could not grow a Black audience because they're wanting to try to get Black folks on this bandwagon of supporting the LGBT community. They want to get us on the bandwagon as basically trying to talk about, hey, you niggers, y'all need to start supporting this LGBT movement, and y'all also need to start, getting on the bandwagon of bringing these illegal immigrants, because illegal immigrants are the future, and blah blah blah. When I told y'all, when I basically saw Bill Clinton was on Conan O'Brien, I think it was. Okay, and then that's at the time that Jim Crow Joe Biden was running for president. Remember, they both said that illegal immigrants are the future of this country. When they said that, I knew what their game plan was then. Game plan was not only to basically oust Black people and undermine Black folks, but to undermine Black folks, to make sure that Black people stay in a segmented labor market. We told you about that. We told you then that not only was they going to try to undermine us, we told you that they were going to bring all kinds of illegal immigrants into this country. Okay. And bringing all of these illegal immigrants means that we're going to be shut out to a lot of financial and economic relationships. You're going to have clashes everywhere. If you basically tune in to my podcast next, or probably a week or two, in the next week or so, I'm going to draw you a map, and we're going to discuss about how all of these illegal immigrants that's coming into the United States, that's going to be over in addition to Ukrainians and Afghanistanians and all these other foreigners, and even black immigrants are going to come in to try to basically shut us out. That's the reason then why they want Stacey Abrams to basically become governor, because as an LGBT woman, she is going to undermine the black politicians and black politics here in Georgia. Right now, you got black people running things in Georgia. And you had black folks running things in New York, but what happened is that they got their bootlicking Negro down there, Eric Adams, and he's bringing all these folks in from these sides. As you know, in Los Angeles, the game is already up there. Florida, game is already up there. Texas, they're fighting it a little bit. The black folks are really fighting it there. But now they're trying to get Georgia. Georgia is what they want. They want Atlanta, okay? Because, as I told you, it's because not only the movie business, black folks helped to bring $5.1 billion to the movie business and music industry here, but they're trying to come in and slide their stuff away. I mean, slide them inside our around us in our community. Okay, I should say they're trying to bring them into our community. Okay. All right, but anyway, thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Man, we got some things to talk about regarding this Will Smith and Chris Rock incident at the Oscars. You know, I woke up to it, and then my homeboy called me up. Man, did you see this? You see this? At first, I thought he said Chris Tucker. I said, Chris Tucker? Chris Tucker ain't been doing no films lately, you know? But then he said, no, it's, I looked at it and started to watch the black media. The black media, of course, was talking about it. The old dead black media tried to put their 2 cents in. And I said, okay, this is what's going on. But let's go ahead and look at this, and then we'll come back to discuss.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Nick wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
All right, there it is.
That was
There it is. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Whoa. Oh, man, I'm going to get a YouTube strike. That's fair use now, you ScrewTube. You can't do that. That's fair use. Oh, man, keep my wife's name. All right, so let's discuss it, man. That's probably one of the reasons why this happened is, let's read it. We're going to give Yahoo News credit. Will Smith yelled at Chris Rock to keep my wife's name out your effing mouth after striking a comedian on stage at the 94th Academy Awards. and what is being described by some as the most shocking incident in Oscar history. Rock was on stage at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles to present the award for Best Documentary when he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's appearance. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane too. Can't wait to see it. He quit in apparent reference to the actor's shaved hair. Pinkett Smith, who announced last year that she shaved her head after struggling with alopecia. I hope I said that right. Could be seen in the audience together with her husband rolling her eyes at the joke. After Rock commented, Smith stood up and proceeded to walk towards the stage. Uh-oh, Rock was heard uttering. Smith then proceeded to hit Rock and then walked off the stage back to his seat. Will Smith just smacked the out of me, said Rock, looking visibly shocked at the moment. Smith was then heard yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth," to which Rock replied, "Wow, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." Smith yelled again. "I'm going to," replied the comedian, who appeared flustered at the interaction. "That was the greatest night in history of television," Rock said, before going on to present the award for Best Documentary. Many viewers reported that the sound from the televised broadcast cut out during Smith's outbursts. The Independent has contacted a representative of Smith for comment. Denzel Washington, Bradley Cooper, and Tyler Perry were seen appearing to console Smith at the incident, with Smith revealing what Washington had said to him during Best Actor speech for King Richard. Earlier in the ceremony, Regina Hall, who was hosting the ceremony alongside Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes, poked fun at Smith and Pinkett Smith's marriage. Following the incident, a joke Rock made about Pinkett Smith at the 2006 Oscar resurfaced online. Smith went on to win the Oscar for Best Actor. During his speech, he tearfully apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees. "I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse and have people talk crazy about you," he said. "In his business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you, and you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. I want to be vessel for love. I want to say that you, to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family, for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of what I kind of love and care and concern." Smith said he wished to apologize to the Academy, to his fellow nominees for the incident. Notably, he did not apologize to Rock himself. At the conclusion of the lengthy speech, Smith joked that he hopes that the Academy invites him back. After the Oscar concluded, the Academy issued a tweet that said, in part, that Academy does not condone violence of any form. And tonight we dedicated to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve the moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world, end quote. All right, my time to respond. Now, Chris Rock has been known to tell these types of jokes, right? And I know that Jada is dealing with a disease that makes her hair fall out, right? And that was kind of sensitive, what he said. It was kind of like, man, she's dealing with this disease, that basically is something that women and men basically deal with sometime with their hair. So what we have to understand is that could be a sensitive joke. Chris Rock has been used to making those types of jokes, but Chris Rock is a comedian, so that's the reason why he felt it was okay to say the G.I. Jane joke. I don't think he was talking about the actual situation as far as the disease, but how she chose to cut her hair and keep it in the style, because Jada have always had short hair. Okay, so it was really a reference of basically just keeping the show going by telling a comedic joke. It had nothing to do with her situation with the disease, if it is that. So Yeah, man, that's kind of crazy. But a lot of people were saying, well, Will Smith is the biggest simp around, simping and basically, at first, as saw him, he was laughing at first. He was actually laughing, and then he turned to his wife, who basically, felt uncomfortable about the situation, of course, and said, "Hey, man, keep my wife's name out your mouth." Shoot. But how many men would do that? How many men was like, "Hey, wait a minute now. You talking about my wife here?" How many men have to walk up? Because see, that's the pressure on. See, that's the problem. That's the pressure that a married man have to go through. The married men a lot of times have to prove to their wives, especially in these beta male relationships, that man, they are men. They got to prove that, right? I'm going to be doing a show on Dr. Kevin Samuels here in a minute, in a week or so, and also talk about a lot of these YouTubers who talk about this beta and alpha male stuff. But in order for Will to prove that he is a man, and looking at his wife basically is sitting there suffering because she basically want a man that is more, let's say, well, a lot of y'all claim alpha, but an alpha male who just disrespect women and talk shit and don't call back and all that, that's not alpha. If you're not fighting white supremacy, you're not an alpha male at all. Okay. But anyway, but back to the subject. But I think one of the things that you have to recognize that when you're in a relationship, one of the biggest things as a man, you got to basically not only protect your wife, but you have to also, if someone disrespect her, you got to prove to her that, you're not going to sit there. She's going to go home and she's going to, look at this. I mean, and say, hey, you're a simp, man. You ain't done nothing. You're a punk. You let everybody, but, you let Chris Rock roast me, at the Oscars. So he knew that he was going to have to hear that when he got home with this woman here. Okay. And we know what her get down is. Okay. Let's not even go there. Okay. I told you in other arenas when we talked there about relationships that 75% of women are the ones that really file for divorce. Okay. At some point in their marriage, they decided that this is not what they want. Translation: after 20 years of being with Joe, beta male ass, I want another man. I want another penis inside me. Getting sick and tired of waking up to the same old penis. And that's exactly how a lot of them are, right? And so Will knew that, like I said earlier, that he had to do something. Problem is that how many other men that will hit like that. Chris Rock is not really a fighter, in my opinion. He's not really a fighter. Okay. That's really nothing. Okay. And I know a lot of married men watch my show too. But the thing about it is that a lot of married men, like I said, they're put in a position because they're around women all the time. And a woman then will look at your direction and say, hey, you need to go handle that. You know what I'm saying? That's the position that they're placed in as a married man versus the situation as a single man. A single man, you see, a lot of times we have to step up sometimes too if a woman has been disrespected or she's in a confrontation, right? So that basically is something that we, sometimes single men do when they see a male and a female arguing and whatever. And sometimes a man have to step in, even if he's not the woman, the husband of the wife. Sometimes we step in like, hey man, this is a woman, man. Come on, chill out or whatever. But I think that Will Smith had to prove to his wife, hey, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of beta male simping that we got out here, man. A lot of men who are married have to be put into a situation where they are basically, if they, like I said, if they don't act like they're manly, then their women is going to say, "Oh, you're weak. You're weak." She's going to continue to provoke them, and that drives a beta male insane. That drives the married men insane, because when you're put into a situation where you're in a marriage, okay, you have to prove to your wife constantly, consistently, that you are a man, because she's going to test you on that. Okay. A single man, of course, we don't have to go through those types of things. We only are tested in the sense if another man just do something to us out in the open, or we might be around and see, like I said earlier, see a guy, touching on a woman or whatever. And then we are supposed to respond, right? But, Chris said, "No, I don't want to press charges." White media, they tried to, as Denzel and Tyler Perry was two of the men who tried to calm Will down. And, the white media, they were out there. They were showing a picture of the other white dude, the actor who, was also talking to Will. He had to step in because he knew that was going to be like a little camera shy moment. I mean, a camera photo op for him. And Denzel had already talked to him. Tyler had already stepped up. Now, a lot of time I criticize Tyler, but I like it when black men go and talk their differences out, right? All this calling the police, man, it's not that serious. They tell me, "Oh, you want to press charges?" Nah, I mean, it was just it's a situation. Now, I think if I was Will, okay, if I was Chris Rock, I think we'll be fighting on stage. I really do. I don't care who won or who will win. I'm like, no, a man hit me, I got to hit you back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. It depends on the situation now. Because, man, now if you Mike Tyson, I'll be like, now, you Mike Tyson, I'll be like, "Hey, you hit my wife." Now, what you do? I'll be, I'll be like Mike Tyson, like, trying to hit Mike Tyson back, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hit some boxer back or some man who's buff, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? My wife would say, "Hey, he hit me." I'd be like, "Now, say what? Who hit you? What? Who hit you? Him over there? He hit you? I didn't see him. I didn't see him. Now let me go back to sleep now. No, wait a minute. He hit me. No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him hit you." See, you're not gonna fight back Mike Tyson, or some buff strong man. You can be like, "Now, you're gonna have to charge that to the you gotta have to charge that to the game, man." Your wife be like, "What? You're gonna let him hit you? I didn't see him hit you." No, but men in marriages, man, they are put into a very, very precarious situation and position, right? They are put into a position where, man, they are tested all the time because, like I said, women test you in these relationships all the time, you see. But also, yeah, go ahead and continue with your vote. Do you think that Will Smith should have been arrested or charges filed against him? A lot of you saying 67% saying yes. I don't think that he should have been filed charges against him. I don't think, like I said earlier, I think that the black man handled it. Oh, they handled it. 67% said yes. Okay, so, but yeah, I don't think, I don't think he should have been, charges should have been filed. In fact, they had called up, they had asked Chris Rock that he wanted to file charges, and Chris said no, But these were guys who were friends for a very long time in Hollywood. Of course, he understands. If you like went with some of your homeboys out and stuff like that, and they got mad at you, but you're still basically in the public eye, right? Sometimes that probably would happen. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, "Nah, you don't want to hit your homie's back. You understand what he's going through. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, "Man, okay, man, I'm gonna drop you." You know what I'm saying? and it's just going to be like that, and then you're going to wipe it off and apologize, and and like I said, Will and Chris Rock been friends for a very long time, so it's one of those chin check moments that homeboys do it in a sense. White folks don't understand that. We basically iron out our differences, black men, very, very quickly. You know what I'm saying? It happens very quickly. We really don't engage into a elongate of confrontation that basically lasts for months and years like women do, or white folks or something like that. Our differences as black men, like when you seen Tyler Perry and Denzel, when you seen them come up there to talk to Will Smith, you saw two black men handling the situation. Okay. And then of course you see the white dude. He, like I said, he had to come in there so that the white media can say, well, see, yeah, and this guy, this Bradley or whatever his name was, I don't even know his name. I don't even know what he's done. But the white media had the camera all focused on him and stuff. After Denzel and Tyler had already talked to him and showed him his seat back at the location. But it was a lot of issues during the commercial break. It was a lot of, it was a lot of chaos there. At the time, they basically, everybody got up and roaming around everywhere and stuff. They thought it was going to be a real, but no, man, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I disagree with the 67%. I don't think that in the polls there. I don't think Will Smith should have been charged for a simple assault. He would be out the next day. Come on, okay, they're friends. It's just like I said, it's a chin checking moment at the time. That happens a lot of times within our homeboy system, what we call a homeboy system. Sometimes you have to, you probably get mad at your boy, like, what, man? That ain't right, nigga. All right, man, we cool. We're gonna squash it. Okay. See, it's kind of like that. See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all it was about. You see. And so, yeah, man, just like I had to come on, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to go out and get a drink right here because, like I said, today is my birthday, and hit the like button. And again, Conscious Mind 666. You guys going to get your notifications. Pretty Woman in Classics Cars. Yes, we're going to give you your notifications. We're going to make sure you get them if ScrewTube is not hating. But leave your comments down. What you think? What you think about the whole thing? I know it's basically everybody's talking about it. And just leave your comments down there what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, one of the things I should do say or remind you is, like, we're going to be talking about another situation that by 2035, 2040, there are going to be a lot of clashes among black folks having to fight Asians and Latinos. These clashes are coming, and we're going to be talking about that. That's upcoming. Like I said, we're going to be also talking about Dr. Kevin Samuels and how he's changing the game and how he's just basically telling these women about a high-value male, okay? And then you got your other YouTubers. They go in talking about how a lot of women get running through about these guys, and then they want to get married and stuff. I'll touch on a little bit of that. A lot of guys want me to talk about that too. But I said, okay, I'll do that. I won't go real deep. I won't, because ScrewTube is going to, is monitoring my situation. And also it has threatened to suspend me for 30 days, again, if I keep on with what they describe as a disinformation campaign. Okay. But but we also wanting to remind YouTube that we have a Fair Use Act, that all commentary, everything that we show is from the 1975 Fair Use Act. I think it's 1975. That gives us a right to basically critique, educate, and inform ScrewTube. And that's what we've been doing all the time on the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. But I just want to come in and talk about the whole Tyler Perry and the whole Chris Chris Rock and Will Smith debacle. And like I said, I'm going to get ready and end the poll. 67% said that Will Smith should have been arrested for simple assault. Okay. All right. You've been watching the Lawyer Henson podcast show. Join us next week, Saturday and Sunday, on our regular scheduled program. Take care. And happy birthday to me.